genius of rock and roll. Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. My co-host, Ryan, is here with me. She'll be joining us in just a few minutes. We're going to be talking some more about the Chronicles of Riddick movies, Vin Diesel type stuff. Not really normally wouldn't think of me as a Diesel fan, but, you know, I guess I kind of am. Feels weird. It itches, to be truthful. But we're going to talk about some of that. And then, of course, other things. We'll be back in just a minute. Boop, let's do this one here. The ship has been damaged. I'm adrift. No help in sight. At least life support's working. Okay, so much for life support. At 2 communications. At least if I'm going to die in the deep, dark black of space, I can watch the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I have my wonderful co-host Ryan here. There she is. Look at that. An awful.
Oh, wow.
The Daily Atheist Morning Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, everyone. All right, we are here. Let me see. Is Ryan prepared? Ryan is ready.
I'm here.
Good morning, Ryan. There you are.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going good so far. I'm gonna turn you up so I can hear you better.
Right.
Just low on my end. Yeah, just low on my end. I had my ears down. So hey, have you had a good week so far? It's Friday.
It's Friday. Yay. I'm tired, man. I'm really tired. I was running late again this morning.
Yeah, all that sinning you've been doing all week.
That's what it is. Nothing to do with cleaning. It's sinning.
See, I knew that about you. It's one of the yeah. How did that go? All that nearly finally done, maybe?
Yeah, well, we have to get it done today. So we got a good bit done yesterday. So hopefully today will be finished.
Gotcha.
Fingers crossed. Yes.
That's, okay, cool. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be praying for you. Dear baby Jesus.
And then I'll be able to get back to making content and stuff. I've been slacking.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Good. I'm glad that you're getting through that. Were you able to get to the second movie?
We watched it last night.
Okay, let me I just want to say hi to our peeps real quick because I got to, and then after I'm done saying hi to peeps, I want to get your impression on the thing. Good morning, Zark Cross. Thank you for joining us. Kelly Laughlin is here this morning. A goddess chemical squirrel. All you wonderful people are here. Thank you for joining us. Lil of all trades. Thank you for being here this morning. And we had Earl was here stupid early this morning. Let's see, Earl, I don't see his name now. Earl was here and he's gone now. But nice to see you all this wonderful morning. So what did you think of the second one? I mean, it was different than the first one.
Oh, yeah. It was a completely different premise. The only thing that was the same was that it was Riddick and Homegirl showed up.
She does.
Jack?
Yeah. Jack. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the only continuity was those two, but I didn't mind that, but I kind of thought, oh, maybe it would be the same because I couldn't remember that it would be about the same issue or something, but I regardless of that, I was into it. I liked the evil ones. What were they called?
The evil ones, the necromongers. Yeah,
the necromongers reminded me of the Ori.
Yeah, I guess they kind of do in a way,
believe where you're gonna get your whole goddamn planet up.
Your belief system, kind of.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's good that you. One of the things that the director specifically didn't want in this show was it to be the same thing about him going back and fighting those same creatures.
Yeah.
It's going to seem like how would you really work that out? How would he get back on that planet specifically? They left the planet. Anyway, but one of the things that I think is kind of cool is that the Pitch Black movie isn't really, we don't get to see their universe at all. If you were to think of the Pitch Black, you could think they were just from Earth, traveling somewhere in our time. They don't really know about the Helion and all these other planets and how it's all strange and weird. You just kind of think it's Earth until you see the second movie where you actually get exposed to all these other worlds that they don't really, I don't think, even mention in the first movie.
Really, no.
I thought that was cool that they it made more sense than had they gone back. The original actress who played Jack in the first movie tried to get the role of Jack in the second movie, but she couldn't get it.
Yeah, that kind of was like, gosh, they could at least got someone who looked like her.
Sort of resembled rather than
sort
just
of resembled her somehow,
Yeah.
or maybe even keep the hair straight, because I think when she did have hair before she shaved it off, it was, I don't know, but
yeah,
whatever. I wasn't really bothered about that. I just thought there'd be some kind of continuation, like, okay, they were doing research. What was the research for? What,
oh yeah,
where were those people from? Why were they that? Was there a reason that they researching these
yeah, that's a good point.
they could have I don't care, and I don't care, but I was just like, oh, okay, we're just in a whole new, this is a whole different thing. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
let's get into it, I guess.
It literally could have just been, they were there digging up rocks.
Yeah.
That was it. Apparently that was it. And they got at by the creatures.
They're just like SG-1, just like, oh, what's here? Let's see what's going on.
Yeah. With the, I think that would have been cool to see why they were there, or outside of just minerals or whatever. Could have been like a overall bad guy story. I mean, like Firefly,
they still could have tied it into the story they did. It didn't have to be focused on like the people going there and what the research was. They could have figured a way to tie it into these beings, these whatever. I'm just imagination. You can tie anything together. Isn't that what they do?
I guess they do. Well, there's really is a lot going on in this universe. I want to say it's a universe like Star Wars or Star Trek. It's the Riddick universe.
That's what I felt like.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's obvious things that make it, it's like magic and weird shit. It was interesting. One of the things I liked about it, of course, I don't know, I really enjoy Vin Diesel in these movies. But in this particular movie where that one necromonger kills the priest.
Which one?
Kind of near the beginning of the movie, Riddick goes to the priest's house, and the priest's wife and the daughter are there, and then the necromonger who's got a knife sticking out of his back. Yeah,
he was like, okay, these guys are different.
Yeah. And when Riddick goes in there with all those people, and they're like, you need to bow down and all this stuff. He's like, no, I'm not with these people, but I'll have a piece of him. I thought that was a really good scene. They're like, you shall have it. They let him do it. That was pretty cool. He took him down in a few seconds with the knife that was sticking out of his back. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I mean, he was a badass. They really made Riddick a badass for sure. And they made Jack a badass too.
Yeah. One of the things I was going to say about Jack is that the Jack we saw in Pitch Black was not, I mean, she was, how do I say it? I don't want to say it about being a jerk. She was not a Hollywood model-esque woman. Girl. That's not what
I don't know. I didn't look at it. She was a kid,
I mean, it's just
so I don't know.
She just looked like some kind of kid. She just looked like a normal person. She didn't look like this what do you call it? Sexy. I mean, this woman was gorgeous. Whoever they got to play Kira now is gorgeous, but she clearly is not the same. They could have gotten someone kind of who resembled in some sort of fashion. That is the only really thing I didn't dislike the Lady Kira's role or her acting or any of that business. Yeah, like that. It was just an actor thing. It really would have been nice if they'd have been able to get the original actress. But it was fun. I dug it. Now, what did you think of? Do you remember the teacup scene? I know, right? The cannabis flows through the brain.
I'm not sure if I do. I mean, told me.
Yeah. As soon as I'm going to kind of briefly catch our chat. Everybody's going good. As soon as he gets put down in the prison in Rua Pente. No, it's not Rua Pente. Crematoria. He gets put down in there. She gets attacked by some thugs, and he shows up to help her, and he's got the teacup, and he's like, he's like, no, I'm going to kill you with my teacup, and he sits it over the thing. That was pretty cool. And then he kills the dude with the teacup, and then he picks up the little key,
like,
he's like, set that over there in case you guys are ready.
And the guys were like,
really,
get out of here.
Get the hell out of here. I thought that was I really enjoyed that scene. The guy, if you remember Battlestar Galactica, one of the actors from Battlestar Galactica played in this movie. He was, I don't remember exactly, I think he was a security guy on the Battlestar Galactica, kind of a heavy guy. He was the guy who was sitting on top of Riddick as they're going up that railway to the prison. And he tells Riddick, he's like, when we get to the end of this thing, I'm taking your glasses. And he was sitting on top of Riddick, and Riddick lifted him up and pushed him into the light. That guy was on Battlestar Galactica. That actor was.
I'm trying to think I really paid it, if I remember or not, because I saw so many people that were familiar.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't remember.
He actually in the Battlestar Galactica, he was one of the ones who killed an officer from the Pegasus, I believe. I think he was one of the ones that killed an officer from a Pegasus, and they were going to execute him. He, is one of those deals. Anyway, that was a good deal. I actually was watching the show, and I got about halfway through it before I went to bed last night. I've seen it a couple times before. Though,
yeah.
So, I do enjoy Carl Urban. I enjoy him. He's fun. He's the guy who played Drago.
Is he the main evil guy?
Not the main evil guy, the next to the main evil guy who was going to overthrow the main evil guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's he from? Because I know he's
from fucking everywhere.
Yeah. He played Game of Thrones or
no, he was in Thor, Love and Thunder. He had the machine guns. It was, I don't remember what their name was, the guns. He played in that. He plays the Doctor in the new Star Trek movies. Starting in 2000 to 2003, 2009, 2012, 2015. I mean, he's been around. He also played in the movie Doom with Carl Urban. Man, he's just everywhere. He plays in The Boys, this TV series, The Boys. Now it's like a anti-hero, anti-Superman kind of thing. I've never seen it. Oh,
yes. Maybe that's where I know him from, is The Boys. Yeah. That might be it, because there was something recent I've seen him in, and I think that might be it.
Yeah. I really enjoy him. He's a lot of fun.
Oh, he was, and it was so good too when he jumped down, like they were up in the theater part, he and his girlfriend or wife, whatever she was, and she was like, "Go down now," but Riddick is, down there fighting the head honcho guy. And so he jumps down there, and the head honcho guy looks up at him, and he's like, "Help me!" And then he realized that he's like getting ready to murk him, and she turns around like a dipshit, and she's like, "Flawless." And then it was freaking Riddick who came down and put the knife in his head and broke it off. And he was like, "Haha, you dumb biatch."
That was good stuff. That was good stuff. One of the things that I really enjoyed about, I don't know if he is related to Keith Urban. Giles, I don't think he is, though. I don't think so. Maybe he is. I'd have to look it up. But one of the things I really enjoyed about his character was his odd sense of loyalty. He felt very, I want to say, Worf Klingon-like. And I say that because whenever you start watching DS9, Worf, you'll find that Worf has this very noble way about it, very honor, all this stuff. But there's also this thing in the Klingon world about, if you kill your captain, you take his role, you take his position. And I'm not going to spoil anything for you by telling you that at some point, Worf does that and takes a role that's quite significant.
Dang.
Okay. So it's very much like what happened, what the situation in there. Carl Urban's character was he was kind of, no, don't dishonor this guy until it's time to fucking dishonor this guy. He's like, we don't want to talk about this. Don't talk about killing the dude. And then he practices sneaking up on him.
Just to see.
Right, just to see.
Let me just test.
Yeah.
My stealthiness.
How much? Yes. And that whatever dark power that he had, that was.
It wasn't until Homegirl, again, I can't remember her name, his wifey, until she was like twisted it into being about the faith and how he was actually dishonoring the faith. So if he did this, it would be for the people. So it's like, oh man, boy, these religious folk, these extremists, they're so good at twisting the word to fit their agenda. I love it.
It is. She manipulated him quite well. She's been around too. She was a Bond girl.
She's a lot of shit.
She was in a what is it? Mission Impossible movie. She was in the series with the robots in the modern day Western.
Westworld.
Westworld. Yeah, she's in that. So she's kind of been around too, and so I enjoyed her character, and she played it well. I mean, if you don't like a character on there, you don't like them. That actress is doing a good job.
Right, right. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and I wasn't sure if she was going to maybe turn, like just the way she was behaving. I thought, oh, well, maybe she really does want for the right and then obviously that fell apart pretty quickly. She does not want for the right thing. She just wants power. That's what she wants.
All about the power. Yeah, and she's willing to sacrifice Vago or whatever to do it. She didn't want the power herself. Maybe if they had a rule where if a man goes after the power and fails, his whole family is executed, maybe she'd have been less eager for him to try.
Right.
But her neck, I don't think, was on the line at any point.
Yeah, exactly.
But the whole,
I don't know anything about it.
But the whole, this guy isn't being a good Lord Marshal. You've got to take over and just do it right. That's a good way to manipulate him because of his loyalty to the thing. I thought that was pretty good. They did a pretty good job in that. Now, my understanding is that the only ones to come back for the next movie will be Keith Urban. Keith Urban, damn it.
Now you got
Carl Urban. Carl Urban is the only one who's coming back. Tilda, I can't remember her name. Tilda Newton, I think. Anyway, the lady, she couldn't make it back. The Dame couldn't make it back. Judi Dench, Dame. She
the Elemental.
Yeah, she didn't make it back for the next show, but I believe Urban did, and that's cool. Because, he survived at the end. Now he belongs to Riddick. As soon as Riddick, that was it. He's now the boss. And
whatever you kill, you keep.
Again, it's been a long time since I've seen the third movie, and I think I've only seen it once. I'm going to have to rewatch it for sure next week.
To make sure,
before we do the thing.
I'm excited to watch it because I again, even though it was completely... it wasn't based on the same theme or whatever. I don't care. I liked it. I know that not a lot of people did, but I liked it more than I thought I would. Actually, I was like, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, the thing that needed to be the same was Riddick, and they did a good job of making him the same. Character. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, as a badass.
I think they played. I mean. What am I, some kind of Riddick connoisseur? But I don't know. But I feel like they played true to his character. He was sassy, stoic, but still very calculated. Like Homie is a beast. The way he calmed those tiger dog, whatever they were.
The part where, like, whenever he's talking to the wife and the kid, and then they're like, "Are you going to save us?" And you don't know. He just turns and walks away.
Yeah, and
of course he does try, and he does fail. They do get killed in the end because the ships blow up the whole planet.
They
all die in the end. But he tried. Now the thing that you didn't see, I read this in the thing you didn't hear, was in the part where the little girl Ziza asks Riddick, "Are you going to kill the new monsters now?" He turned and walked, and he said, "I am the monster." But they didn't hear that. They didn't put that in the thing we saw. But in the original, he actually said it. They just didn't put it through. He said he was the monster.
Because that says it all.
I know. I thought that would have
freed of.
Yeah, exactly. And he demonstrated that. That one time where that seer thing had almost caught her, and it was looking at her, and he was about to, and then all of a sudden you're seeing through its eyes, and then all of a sudden you see Riddick because he snapped its neck.
Yeah, he was like,
yeah, I thought that was pretty. They did that pretty well, and the choreography. Somebody in the chat mentioned it earlier, guys. I'm just going on about myself. Sorry, I'm not really keeping up with the chat so good. But somebody mentioned the choreography of the fights. I think it was very well done. They did a good job. So yeah, but really, really a lot of fun. And I'll go ahead and finish watching it.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
The way they had the faces on the side of the helmet, and then he could just pull off like the one piece so he could speak. Or I
Yeah.
like that.
That was cool, huh? Yeah, it
Mhm.
was very, it kind of had a, I don't know, a Greco-Roman kind of feel to it,
Yeah.
you
Yes,
know?
that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was feeling as well, and it like very foreboding.
Mhm.
Um,
There was a Batman movie. I think it was the one, maybe the one with Val Kilmer, but you'll see him driving through Gotham, and there are these huge statues like those that we were seeing. They're like Atlas pose. They'd
yeah,
have the
yeah,
same
yeah.
kind of. They were huge in the background of that thing. It's interesting. I don't know why I remember shit like
Probably because I
that.
think we all somewhere in our head would love to be able to
Yeah.
go back in time and see those monuments
Yeah.
in their
Yeah.
glory. Ugh, that would
Hmm.
just be amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's see what we're talking about. In the chat, we're talking about Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick. For next week, we're going to talk about Riddick. We're going to watch Riddick. Now, we'll only talk about this movie for just a little bit. Then we'll go on and talk about other sci-fi stuff this Friday. And that's okay. I realize the numbers get lower on Sci-Fi Friday. That's okay. It's my reward to myself is that I get to have Sci-Fi Friday. Some people don't like sci-fi, and that's okay. Let me see here. What's going on over here?
Not everybody's thing.
Not everybody's into sci-fi. I don't really know that that's what it is, but Pitch Black, there was so much Allah talk. Very interesting.
There
That's
was.
true. There was a lot of Allah talk. I thought it was interesting whenever he made the claim that, hey, you don't believe me. He's like, man, I can't help but believe. You know, I thought that was a good moment. Of course, I'm a non-believer and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But
Same.
but then whenever you get off of that world, because that's just one world that, and then to into Riddick's universe, that's where we kind of see what the rest of it's all about. And it does have magic. It does have, in several different aspects, magic. You have, I want to say, superhumans in the Furians. I mean, these are not normal people from Earth.
Yeah.
Now it does kind of sound that way in the first one because the one rich guy's talking about, he's got these masks are from Papua New Guinea. Those people are no longer alive, so they kind of made it sound like they were from Earth. But then you got the elementals who float around,
Mhm.
Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And she was the last one, right? Or allegedly the only one left or something?
I don't know about that. I'm not really sure. I didn't catch that. I didn't finish the movie again last night.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But this particular time, I didn't get the idea that she was the last one. It may be, though. Who knows?
I just wonder if they'll bring her back because, again, I know I've seen the last one, but I don't remember. I remember it.
In the last one, in the third movie, Riddick, that we'll be watching for next week, she is not in it. However, they are about to produce a new movie. They're producing it now in the Riddick series. And will she be in it? I don't know. She might be in it. According to the IMDb thing, apparently, to my surprise, Vin Diesel is a Judi Dench fan. He's quite the fan of Judi Dench and planned that role for her.
Oh, wow.
And was very, really worked hard to get her to be in them. And according to her, like she's been interviewed afterwards, you really ought to check out that trivia stuff on the IMDb. According to her, she had no idea what was going on with the movie. Of course, she's a Shakespearean actress and she has no idea what's going on in this movie. She just did her lines as best as she could, but she says that while she was filming it, I don't know if she's watched it and gets it now, but
she was like, I just did what I was told and I did it.
Yeah.
Epically.
Well, it was really good because of the way the characters were drawn. They were big, they were big characters. They were Shakespearean-esque. I'm talking about Vago and his wife and the betrayal and how there's nobility and backstabbing and, all while standing upright as a leader, and I thought that was it really, to me, I don't normally want to put them in the same box. But it did feel very, very Shakespearean with her there and the way they were doing it,
Well, I think they executed it well because you weren't sure how it was going to go down. You didn't know if he was ever going to turn. And as I said, I wasn't 100% sold at first that she was even going to be like a baddie, his wife, homegirl.
Yeah, you're right.
So so when it was finally decided, and it was only decided at the end of the movie where that's how it was going to go down, you know, because you still just weren't sure. So I like that part where was it just going to be Riddick, all Riddick, and nobody would ever know that homie was going to turn against the leader, because everybody saw what he was going to do. You can't deny that he was going to go after, and you lost. So anyway, like, it just makes you wonder, like, how did people feel about him after that, knowing he was going to take his moment?
And he missed.
Dude, you could have had it.
Yeah.
You just hesitated, like,
you just
a couple seconds too late.
Waited too late. Yeah. That's a good one. I wonder how his underlings would feel, you know? But, you know, I think at that point, there's all this shock going on. We're talking about this like this really happened. But there's all this shock going on that their dear leader has just been murdered, you know? Now, one of the things about Vago is that he did get to see, he actually fought, I think, with didn't he fight with Riddick on the fire planet as they were trying to get away, and it was only because the sun was coming up that they got stopped and they got separated. Yeah, and that's where we found out that the other skinny little guy who doesn't look anything like a Furian is actually a Furian. You know?
Yeah, that was pretty bold.
In your version? Yeah, in your version, did he show him the print on his chest? Yeah. Did you see the glowing print? Okay, yeah. There's some versions that don't have that, you know? Oh. Yeah, so I didn't realize. Good morning, Kelly Laughlin. Kelly is here. Kelly is probably going to join us again next week for funsies.
Oh, really?
Always fun to have
you missed us, Kelly?
I have to put you to work. Kelly apparently is not a fan, though, of the Chronicles of Riddick. He's been mentioning that from the beginning, from the computer-generated graphics to the fight coordination to probably even the lines. I don't think Kelly's liked a single part of this movie. That's okay, Kelly. I mean, different strokes for different folk. I've just been watching the chat, and like, he's spitting a lot of hate for the show. And you know, different strokes. Well, you know, one of the things is you go into it. I mean, if Vin Diesel, right? Vin Diesel, who is, you know, you don't really put a lot of stock in Vin Diesel.
No.
Until you see the stuff, Iron Giant, The Pitch Black, this movie here. I mean, he did really good. Well, I feel I didn't. There's parts of the movie I didn't care for, like the parts some of the parts in the prison didn't work for me very well. Yeah. Her being there for however long she'd been there and not being raped to death a long time ago.
Yeah, the fact that she was still like just chilling. I mean, not that she was chilling, but you know what I mean.
Right. And this is like 3 men, four of them. Wasn't there 4 of them? I think there was 4 men who were there to visit with her in that before she took one out, and then Riddick took the other one out, and the rest of them kind of went away.
Yeah.
That was the first time that's happened. I mean, I just felt that was didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
But kind of otherwise, and of course, my like for the original actress, I wish they could have brought her back, or at least somebody comparable. You know, the actress they got to play Jack would have made a great wife to Vago.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the movie, they dressed her up like her in a similar fashion. She would have done a great job in that. You know.
I was worried they were going to like take it somewhere else, but I'm glad they did not. I'm so glad they did not. Like just like between Riddick and Jack, I was like, oh God, please don't.
Oh, yeah. It sure feels like they were going to eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it just felt really close there for a second.
Yeah. But I feel like had Jack looked more like Jack from the first movie, that probably wouldn't have been much of a concern. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's this, at first it feels like he's got this fatherly responsibility for her. And then they're having this moment. Like, what? But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, nothing weird happened. I just was like, I wasn't sure for a moment. Un momento.
Yeah.
I was curious.
But it was fun. It was good and fun. And, you know, I mean, but at that point, they are adults, I guess. Wait a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
He mentions she was 12 years old when he took her off the rock. This is 5 years later. That put her at 17.
Oh, yeah. See?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know how old he was, but, but I guess the good point is that he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't. But
He
then
didn't.
there's also the thought of, so if she was 17, roughly at that point, that means the justice system, wherever she is, dumped a teenage girl, not a underage woman, by the way. It's a girl
Yeah, yeah.
into the triple max prison, not just a regular prison, but a triple max. These were things that kind of
on a planet where you got to stay fracking underground. Like, come on.
I mean, how dangerous could she have been?
Yeah, exactly. Oopsie, that's like sending her to Guantanamo Bay or something.
Yes, yes. Zarkroz says Riddick seems to have been created with diesel in mind. Well, this is my understanding. My understanding is the original in the Pitch Black movie, the blonde lady was supposed to be the hero of the show and survive. And Riddick's character was supposed to die.
Yeah.
But they had he did so good in the role that they decided to go ahead and keep him and let her character die because future movies would work better with him than with them. But there wasn't a lot of when Pitch Black came out, it was competing against other movies that were really, it didn't do well in the box office. It wasn't until it hit the VHS that it really kind of took off. So I don't know if it's Chronicles of Riddick was picked up by, I don't remember which company, but one of them finally picked it up 3 years later after the first one. And then after the one we just watched, it was 10 full years, I believe, before another one came out, the Riddick movie we're about to watch. And my understanding is that Vin Diesel put up a lot of the money to get it made himself. He put up a lot of the cash and wrote, directed, blah, 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 whatever, but he did a lot. Without his actual money effort, it wouldn't happen. So
I hope it's good.
Yeah. One of the things that I find is interesting, especially if you're an actor, we as people watching this stuff go, Vin Diesel, he's just a meathead, right? Just a meathead. Yeah. You should go online and look at his self-made productions when he was broke, and he took like $3,000 that he'd gotten from friends and family and working, and he made this little short film, produced it sort of like I would do now as an actor from home with several other, and it was a lot of, it really kind of told about how hard he tried to actually be a real actor. He really did try. He just fell into this because of his physicality. He got typecast, and it worked out for him. He'll never want for money again, for sure. He's recognizable all over the world, this sort of thing. But he didn't end up getting typecast. And if he ever had dreams of being known as a great actor, remember I mentioned he did like Judi Dench. He's got a thing for this sort of thing. He's never going to be known for that. He's always going to be known for the meathead who jumps cars from one building to the other building because of the latest movies.
Action-packed.
Yeah. Even that's one of the things I haven't seen really any of the movies. I've just seen some of the outtakes and some of the commercials for the Speed, Fast and Furious movies. And it's like the physics, at least in the Riddick movies, seem more realistic.
Makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
And we're dealing with magic. It still makes sense.
Yeah, it still makes more sense. We have two examples of magic, unless I missed one, in the first movie, or in this movie. And that would be the elementals and the bad dude who could put his face places. But those, other than that, I think those are two clear shifts into Riddick's universe and not this universe. This is not a lost Earth situation. Well, it probably could be, but somewhere along the way we picked up magic.
Well, the way the reason I kind of thought about the Ori with the necromongers is, remember that part of the movie where the half undead, I forget what they were called, but there's like four of them, and they were they came down in these beds.
Oh yeah, the readers.
Yeah. And oh, hold on, my brain's losing me. I remember that girl, she like kisses the one on the mouth. I was like, what are you doing, homegirl? She bent over and kissed one of them.
I gotta see that. I remember I didn't watch the whole movie.
Homeboy's wife. Yeah, she did.
Really?
She like bends over and like mouth kid. And it wasn't just like she was like, she did something to him.
I have to watch that one.
But they were talking about how the promise basically of the underworld, or what
underverse.
Underverse, that's what they call it, the underverse. But it just reminded me of the Ori and how they have this promise of the afterlife. Like, what happens now doesn't really matter, but you're going to get this great promise after. Right. I'm like, God damn, what is it about these people? Like, the here and now doesn't matter. Just do what you're told, and we promise it's going to be good in the afterlife.
And how do you? Yeah, I mean, it's funny how you can sell a product that you can't see, that you'll never see, and people will buy that shit. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, full cloth.
Yeah, and if there were just like one example of it, that would be one thing. But it seems to be like everywhere, and it's, people are just stupid. Apparently, we have a new person in the chat. I don't recognize the name. Jonesy Bay says, "Could you do something for me?" I don't know if is there more to this? Did I miss
Show me your titties.
Show me your titties. I hope it's going to be more intellectual than that. But I will. I mean, I will.
I'll do it.
You paid extra for it, please. Oh yeah. Tonight they're having over on the Discord thing. Go join them. There's a link for it. I'll even pin that link because that's more whatever interesting than we've got going on with my poll. The poll is just the same one we did last week because it's the same topic essentially. So I'm going to go replace pinned message. I think what we're going to do is take a quick break. I'm going to eagerly await Jonesy Bay's response. If you're still there, we'll be back in just a minute and we're going to do stuff.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and
That's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
All right, and here we are. Perfect time for you to shove your chest into the camera. No, don't apologize. Never apologize for doing a good thing. I think it's funny, though, how sometimes the thing actually freezes with you there. I don't know why it does that. I have nothing to do with it.
Because the desk is kind of low, and so my knees hit and stuff. I mean, you can probably tell every time I hit the damn desk, my camera shakes. It might be that.
It could be that. Maybe that's what it does. Why it does it? Let's see the damn show. What did you use for the hell background? Oh, and the thing. I don't remember. I don't remember what I used. Found an image on the internet. Probably a GIF. I'd have to look at it again. It's been a while. I make a lot of shit.
You have to find some fire and just have like fire, like actually burn it. Like just maybe zoom in on a fireplace or something, so it only looks like there's you don't see the actual fireplace, just the fire crackling in the background.
Just the fire. I actually have several different graphics of both hell and fire. There was just because I've got the fire. Have you seen the fire crown that I've worn before? I've had it on a.
I think I saw it on one of your.
Yeah,
your shorts, I think. Am I wrong?
Yeah. This is 1 minute. Check this out, guys. This is fun. Boop.
Hello all, Chris Mallard here, atheist extraordinaire, host of the Daily Atheist Morning Show, and currently burning in hell. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm not dead. I'm just down here for the annual Christmas party. I mean, annual Solstice Awards party. The Dark One, or Lucy as he is affectionately known, is personally handing out the awards. Aaron Ra is getting the award for the most souls brought down by evolution for his African fossil hunt, and Matt Dillahunty has won the Golden Phallus Award for being a dick to the most Christians. Oh wait, it's the Golden Fallacy Award for the confusing the most Christians. Easy mistake to make. To top it off, Seth Andrews has lent his voice to the Gregorian chants this year. It's delightfully hellish. Gotta run. I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, if you're into that sort of thing, and I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. A happy holidays, happy solstice, and a happy new year. Stay safe, heathens. Party hard, fornicate, that sort of thing, but do it safely.
Now I can say I really need to update that, get an updated one. I'd like to contact Aaron Ra. I'd like to contact what's that other guy's name? I'd like to contact them and see if they'd be willing to
I bet they would.
To update that with me. Matt Dillahunty, he's such a gruff character. And this is my plan. I'd like to see if I could get me and if you've seen, I think it's one of the X-Men movies where they go back in time. So you've got the young X-Men, the young Professor X, and the young Magneto, and they're trying to gather people together, and they go try to get Wolverine. Wolverine's in a bar, and they walk up to him. They're like, hey, we need to talk to you. And he's like, fuck off. And they turn around and they walk away like, okay. I would like to reproduce that, but with Matt Dillahunty
as Wolverine.
Where me and Aaron Ra are going to go up and, hey, man, you want to join us? Like, fuck off. And we just turn around.
That'd be great.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Especially if we were all in hell when it happened.
Even better.
I could make that happen.
Atheist X-Men.
Yeah, sounds like fun. Matt Pig is here. Good morning, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt Pig. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a good day. I promise I have not done a poor Irish accent today. I have not once. Thoughts on the Stargate announcement of Stargate? I have thoughts. I want to say them. Let me share my thoughts with you. Things may have changed. Okay, I want to start by hedging my bets and saying things may have changed. I believe they indeed may have changed. So here I'll start with my original thought. What I know of Stargate is that the original makers of Stargate, Dean Devlin and somebody else who I can never remember his name, those guys made the movie but weren't allowed any part of the series, and that pissed them off. But the series wasn't the way they wanted to go anyway. They had other plans for the way they wanted the movies to go. You can kind of tell that if you go watch the movies, you can see there's significant differences between the series and the movie. Anyway, so there was this bitterness. And I had heard a long time ago that they were looking, Dean Devlin and his other buddy, somebody's going to say it in there in a moment, that they had actually gotten approved to do their own series. This is going to be their own thing based on the original Stargate movie, not necessarily in the SG-1 universe. That was my understanding. And I see a lot of people going, yay, it's going to be Stargate. SG-1 is going to be back. It's going to be in the same universe, same field. No, it's not. That being said, that's point one. So point two is I recently read an article where it involved Dean Devlin, and he was talking about how he'd been upset because they didn't allow them part of the thing. But he did apparently get into the show. He did eventually like the show. So at this point now, I don't really know. I don't know if it's going to be, because I knew I was right. My understanding was right. At one point, they were disgruntled.
Yeah.
And had their own plans. But now, they've been invited in to be part of it. And they actually apparently got to like Stargate SG-1 or that feel. So I hope they bring it back,
So it would be another series.
Oh, it's another series. Yeah, definitely.
So, and where do they go? They just go on a network?
I don't know yet. I don't know which network it is.
Because it's been so long. Like I used to watch Sci-Fi. There was like a Sci-Fi channel or something. Like that's how I used to watch Sci-Fi for the most part. Unless like reruns were played on main television or something of that nature. But nowadays I don't even know, like, how do they do it?
It looks like a new Stargate TV series has been ordered by Amazon. Oh, Amazon Prime is producing it. So you know how Netflix makes their own movies? Mm-hmm. Amazon is doing that too. So,
don't mess it up, Amazon.
Yeah, don't screw it up, you jerks.
We're watching you.
But that's what it appears to look at first glance. Dean Devlin and who made... movie, and it was Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. Oh, I don't know why I can't remember his name. Roland Emmerich is also the guy who did Independence Day, I think, and other things, back in the day. Somebody may have said it in the chat. I just missed it. Sir Equinox, good morning. I think the whole Stargate idea was exhausted. They'd kind of been there, really, hadn't they? They've done so much. Now, you're pretty close. We can go ahead and shift over to the Stargate and just do that thing. How close are you guys? Do you know where you're at?
Yes. So give me a second to think. The last episode we watched, Neris, the Goa'uld who was allegedly helping SG-1, was there for nefarious reasons to work for Baal. And they just had a deal with him where they released him back to Baal, but only because they gave him individually wrapped cakes, which just cracked me the F up.
Oh, that guy.
And they had a tracking device in the cake or in him. I don't know. Either I wasn't
they fed
sure.
him a tracking device.
Yeah, because he said, they were like, sir, how did you, why'd you let him go? And he's like, it was in the cake. And I was like, okay, so does that mean he literally ate the cake or they sent him with the cake anyway. And then he goes back to Baal and allegedly the ship blows up. So we don't know what happens, but we do know that Baal has many engineered duplicates, whatever you call them. Yeah.
So you've been you're quite a ways through it.
We're getting there.
So you've met and gone through Anubis a long time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, did you also finish Atlantis?
No, we're but he's looking at something that's telling him to do something. So I don't know. I'm not really paying too much attention to that. But we went all the way to episode. Now I'm trying to think the last one, Atlantis we've seen.
Yeah, let's see.
I think we've seen the whole first season.
Oh, have you? Okay.
I think.
With many.
Maybe I'm lying. Yeah, actually, let me look up the.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see kind of where you're at. So you clearly got to where Mitchell is there and Vala is there and all those new characters there. Mitchell and Vala, like I said, are two the main actors from Farscape.
Right. Yeah.
Four season. Let's see. Give me an episode. It's not giving me an episode. What episode? Let me ask it. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, we've definitely been through season 1. Let me look at season 2. Have we even?
Okay, The Insiders is the 4th episode of season 10. So you guys are on the last season of Stargate. And there will be, I think there's 2 or 3 movies after this.
Oh, for realsies?
Yep.
Oh, wowsies.
Yep. It's the first series was loosely based on SGU Series 3, sane writers using what they all had. I'm not catching up there, Matt Pig. Let's see. Is Spooky Bedhair here? Good morning, Spooky Bedhair.
Spoopy.
Spooky Bedhair made a comment yesterday in the chat about how I should get a hold of Purple Rhymes with Orange for the marathon stream. I already have. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was that's who we were actually talking about yesterday whenever I was saying that they asked me if I was going to be streaming on Christmas. I was like, well, I would not be. But I was like, sure, I'll take a day off. You know, if y'all are doing something, sure. I had no idea what I was agreeing. So it's part of the reason why. Let's see. Everything to know about Stargate from Amazon MGM Studios. I see an article here. Long before the multiverse travel became a sci-fi staple, the Stargate franchise pioneered the concept of wormhole adventures. I enjoy wormhole adventures. Anyway, yeah, this is the same article I read earlier, so it does kind of seem we'll have to see. I'm eager. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get it put out or anything like that, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do it good. Good morning, Miss Non Sequitur. Let me see what's going on with my chat here. Somebody said something about Stargate. Hey, Spooky Bear, yes. Namaste from Shishir Bakhat. Math Pig, 3 movies. I got you. So once you get through, how far did you say? Did you ever discover how far you'd gotten through the second one?
I believe we've just gotten through season 1. I don't think that we've started season 2.
And y'all are still digging it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually can't wait to get back to it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to have this like this, and this, let me do it like this, and this is Stargate SG-1, and it goes really good, and it gets better and better, and then at season 7 is its peak. The end of season 7 is its peak, and it starts going down after that. Jack leaves the team, and he goes back into I'm over here. Jack leaves the team, and he goes back into the thing, and then Jack leaves the show altogether, and it's just not the same. The aliens they're dealing with the Ori, and the Ori are just a bunch of jackasses. They're just boring. It's boring. They're boring. Yeah. Super boring. Yeah. And that's why they, like somebody in the chat said, they'd pretty much run their course. I kind of feel it. You know, they were Atlantis, though, gave us something different. It was fun.
Yeah.
They had different technologies, different motives, same premise, same feel, you know, even some of the same characters. And I enjoyed that. I dug that because it felt like you had more of the good show before the show kind of went to shit.
Yeah.
Some people out there, what's that?
They changed everything. Like, I mean, yeah. they changed the general running the program. They have a completely different colonel running the, SG-1. I mean, it's just all different.
There's a couple of things involved. One of them was that David, what's his name? Don S. Davis, the actor who played the original General Hammond, his health was going bad. You lost a good bit of weight too. Or maybe that was just his health and he had to right. But you might think it's kind of an easy job. He just sits there behind a desk and he does the thing and he tells them to this. But whenever you're on the set in a shoot like that, it's not really that easy. Sure, you do get to sit down during that shooting, but then like, okay, we're going to move the cameras and you got to go up and you got to sit over at that tiny. It just really sucks. It sucks. It's a lot of harder work than people think. And I could see it, his weight and his age. Whenever you see him in season 6 and 7, his stomach is hard. It's hard under that shirt. That's a heart attack. That my wife's a nurse. She will tell you that's a walking heart attack right there. Yes. And so yeah, that was part of the reason why he left. Now with Richard Dean Anderson, my understanding was, he's kind of getting older. He's getting tired of doing it. All these on sets, going over to this place on location over here and traveling over here all the time. He just got tired of it. And his knees, I don't know if you know this, but he was into hockey when he was a kid. Ice hockey. And he actually got both of his knees completely destroyed before he ever became MacGyver. Yeah, as a kid in high school. I don't remember what exactly happened to them, but it was hockey related. And they were both completely
doing all that running and to be fair, yesterday when we were one of the last episodes we were watching, the new colonel, I don't remember his name,
Mitchell,
but Mitchell, I'm not sure, but it looked like a lot of the stunts were him, and he was getting his ass tapped and ripped around, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like even just a little bit of that, and you're having to do it over and over again.
Oh yeah,
it'll hurt you, especially the older you get.
That's good that you appreciate that you understand that, because a lot of people don't know that whenever you see a shot in almost anything, it's very rarely ever one take.
I did modeling for this long.
Oh yeah,
so for this long, I got just a taste of it, and it's a pain in the fucking dick. And my attention span could not handle the fucking standing there and the waiting, and then the re-saying and the redoing and the re-saying and the redoing the same fucking no.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Not fun.
Rainbow asks if the next week is the third movie. It is the third Riddick movie. We're gonna go with that one next week. Snowpiercer is a fun one. For those of you who don't know, I believe you should check it out. Snowpiercer is a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
What?
Yeah. Hey, you said it. See, some guy made a very popular video about how it is. If you watch Snowpiercer, they'll talk about how there's this thing where they do with their hands. She does it like this lady they go through this thing and and they do that. Well, that's actually part of how they run the machines in the front of the train.
Okay.
You reach in and you turn and you pull, and they used to have munchkins that worked up there because they came from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, apparently the world went all to shit. It became an ice planet, and he took and made a big train track around the world, and he's just on this train going around the world all the time, and you got different people on the train, and there's like people at the very back of the train. They're stupid poor, they're eating horrible things. I don't want to spoil things. And then as you go forward in the train, shit starts getting better, very luxurious up near the front of the train. And at the front of the train is the guy running the train, and he's essentially the kid who took over for Willy Wonka.
Oh,
I don't remember his name, but that's essentially the kid. And all the munchkins have died. Yeah, all the munchkins have died off. So now they're pulling kids from the poor people in the back of the train and making them run the equipment at the front of the show.
Oh my goodness.
I've pulled all of this. Oompa Loompas. I'm sorry, not munchkins. Oompa Loompas. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness.
Very dark.
But yeah, that's kind of, Now they never really say it. That's never really said throughout the movie. You just have to kind of know about Willy Wonka, know about things. And then this, like they mentioned in the chat, somebody put together a very good video on the internet that explains and shows you all the ways that this is actually, and what the movie, what's it called again? Oh, damn it. You really should check that. We should do that one. Snowpiercer. Yeah, we should do that one for a Sci-Fi Friday. I think that
I'll watch it. I had no idea that fracking existed.
it does happen to be it's different. I don't feel like I really spoiled anything because I'm familiar enough with you and me love you. And I know you won't remember none of that shit by the time you get to watch the movie.
I'll forget.
Yeah. So no, it's a good. You're talking about Fern Lovebond says Chris is taking the piss. If you're talking about me teasing about the Fern, the Willy Wonka connection, that's not me. That's I thought that was fascinating. This cannot be correct at all. Yeah. It really is. Snowpiercer. It's got Chris Captain America Evans.
Oh, okay.
It's actually got quite a few good actors in it. The premise is kind of weird. But as they go through the movie, it's a worth a watch. It's different, but it's worth a watch. Like I say, they do have some pretty good actors in there. I don't know if it wouldn't hurt maybe to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory first. Just because, I mean, it's a fun movie. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but, just to kind of get an idea. The original was kind of dark too. All these kids getting sucked up and killed or whatever was happening to them.
When you really think about it, that's kind of creepy that your kid's getting snatched up by some machine in this chocolate factory run by some eccentric weirdo.
Yeah.
No offense, Willy Wonka.
No offense. We wouldn't want to offend you. Gene Wilder.
I love Gene Hackman. I'm sorry, but Gene Hackman was Wilder. He was
Wilder. Sorry,
he was the man.
He was Willy Wonka. I want to say that Johnny Depp, if you're watching, man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry you even tried to play Willy Wonka. It was embarrassing for me to not watch. All I had to see was like the posters and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not watching that.
It was Edward Scissorhands as Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's fine if you want that Tim. What's his Tim
Burton
kind of Burton-esque. Look, I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck their names are, but if you want that esque kind of film, sure. For Willy Wonka, sure. But sorry y'all, don't hate, but
well, I just had this real love and appreciation for the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka, and just the if you just go watch the adverts for the Burton one, I never watched it. It was Johnny Depp, I'm sorry if you're watching, you could have done better.
I liked it. I won't say I didn't I liked it, but I feel as though what made it really good was the effects, and that's kind of what gave it a little like up the ante from what they couldn't do back in the day. But had it been reversed, Gene would have blew everybody out the water.
Oh, right.
That part, like the part where he's, I forget what he's saying. I don't even know what he's saying, but I just remember his face as he's explaining something about the factory, and he's just so intense about it. I'm like, damn. I just like everything about it, like all his movies. Like I kind of grew up watching him. Was it The Bride of one of the Frankenstein? I can't remember. What the
hell is it? Why do we forget these things? Because we're old. But I know what you're talking about.
And when he did with Richard Pryor, didn't he do stuff with
Pryor? Yeah, he did some great stuff.
Well. Yeah, classic. Young
Frankenstein. Thank you for that. Dun, 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 dun. And he goes,
oh yeah. I remember that. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is.
Brain was named Abby. Abby Normal. Oh. Yeah, that's fun stuff. But with now, I've heard there's a new one coming out with Timothy Chalamet, and I believe it's actually Timothy Chalamet. Sorry if I said it was Timothy. If you're watching, I apologize.
That made me sound
but I believe he's doing a new Willy Wonka, and from what I have seen, as limited as it may be, I like it. I like his. Somebody in the chat, I think it was, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Evan, said that Johnny Depp was trying to very intentionally to get as far away from Gene Wilder as he could. Mm-hmm. He got too far away. He tried too hard.
He was the Tim Burton. Sorry, he was just the Tim Burton. And it was good if that's, again, what you wanted.
If you like Tim Burton. Yeah. I've never really seen many Tim Burton movies. I don't think I have. I
like them.
I've never seen Edward Scissorhands. I don't dislike them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's like this running theme too. There's like this kid in this one, and there's this dog in it, and blah, blah, blah. And later on in these other movies, there's these skeletons that are kid and a dog, and those are actually the same. I think there's a coolness in the continuity that he's got. He plants these little, I've just never really gotten into it.
You kind of know what you're going to get with that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm.
And, there's the thing with Gene Wilder where he's walking out at the very beginning. He's walking out limping, and then he falls and tumbles and stands up and everything's okay. I mean, it was just Gene Wilderman, man. It was all Gene.
It was a different kind of comedy. I mean, you know, comedy's comedy.
Oh yeah.
But it just had this innocence of it and silliness and goofiness and lightness about it. But also it had dark moments. But
that's what I was going to say too. It had some dark
parts of it were just so good. Like a kid would love it, but adults also got gleeful about it, or at least I did or do.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I mean, I miss it. I miss Gene Wilder, and Richard Pryor. They were good. They played in a rodeo movie where they were both prisoners and they got to take part in a prisoner rodeo. And they you know, I don't know, that may not be ringing a bell, but it was I remember being a kid, probably 8 or 9, and thinking, man, that was just the funniest shit I had ever seen.
They had very good chemistry.
Stuff.
They played off each other very well.
It wasn't Blazing Saddles. No, it wasn't, but that's a good one too. Don't think was Richard Pryor in Blazing Saddles? I don't remember. No, it wasn't Richard Pryor. It was somebody else. Different black man. I remember him saying, "Let me show you. I got this right here." And the ladies fainted. Something like he's going to pull out his Wonka.
His Willy Wonka.
His Willy. Blazing Saddles though was a good one. Purple Rhymes with Orange. Good morning, Purple Rhymes with Orange is here. No, they were in Silver Streak and Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Maybe it was Silver Streak. Wasn't Silver Streak about a rodeo? No, Gene Wildman rodeo movie. Stir Crazy. Apparently. Stir Crazy.
Okay.
That one sounds like fun. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Gene Wilder versus a mechanical bull, it says in Stir Crazy. I don't know. Let's see. Now he did play in Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles, oh man, that goes way back.
Pretty sure I've seen them all, but it's just been so long.
Oh yeah, so long. There was one actor. Well, you know, the Blazing Saddles movie where this one guy punches his horse and knocks it out. It was just, I thought that was hilarious. And then, oh my goodness, Madeline Kahn. I cannot tell you. She was just, Madeline. If you're not, look up if you can, Madeline Kahn, Blazing Saddles. There it is. I don't know. My computer's listening to me. I mean, she was such a hottie. She was like
yes. I remember her.
Her legs, I mean, they go on forever, all the way from her feet, all the way up to her ass. They really do. They're very long.
And she's funny too.
She is funny. Yeah. But, well, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but in Deadpool actually talks about her being his spank bank. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his go-to whenever him and his little unicorn are alone for themselves.
I remember that scene or something like that.
And I was like, wow, I didn't know me and Deadpool had so much in common. So there is that. Let's see here. So actually, you got to read me, Chris. Let's take a break real quick. Let's go get a little bit of coffee. And we'll be back in just a second. And whenever we do, we will finish talking about sci-fi. We got other things, and I really do want to get that one. I want to watch that. I want to write that down so we don't forget to watch Snowpiercer as a good one. Let's do Wild Bill. We'll be back, guys. And hello and welcome to Shakespeare with a Redneck. Finally, I'm Wild Bill Wigglestick, and this is my trusty sidekick, Willie the Kid. And we'll be your handsome hosts, your gilded guide, your cowboys, concierges to Shakespeare. Oh, how cute. Wait, is that at 2, Ollie? Run along, little doggy. Bill, where the hell have you been? Well, you know, I've been roaming the earth, going back and forth upon it, to and fro and whatnot. I like to travel too. Wait a second. Yep. Back and forth upon earth, doing unto others before they do unto me. Bill, are you quoting the Bible? Trying to quote the Bible? Indeed I am. Despite my appearance, I am a man of culture, and know many things, not just Shakespeare. Really? So you have a Shakespeare monologue related to atheism or skepticism? Indeed I do. Bear witness. Oh, this is going to be good. This is the excellent foppery of the world, that when we are sick in fortune, often the product of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. And all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. I should have been that I am, had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. Wow, that really is spot on about what we cover here on the channel, about how, people. So here's a quick rundown of the situation. Bill, this non-believer, ignores the teachings of his learned father and ends up getting 4 people killed. Bill, that's not... Okay. Carry on. Shakespeare was a heathenistic non-believer bound for the fiery pits of hell, just like yourselves. I don't think. And in order to throw the murderous church of the time off his heathen trail, he writes the skeptic as a sneaking, lying, adulterated father and brother, hating and betraying villain who ends up getting his comeuppance in the end. Bill, oh, come on, man. You're always blah, blah, Bible stuff, blah, blah, boring. You got to spice things up. Bill, tacos are spicy. Everybody loves tacos. Bill, tacos and boobies. Okay, you're not wrong there either. Tasty and delicious culture, baby, coming at you. Avoid the storm of familial discontent. Blow winds and clap your cheeks by clicking that subscribe button and hitting that. Wait a second. Don't you mean crack your cheeks? Nope. Bill. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Peace.
It's son of a bitch. I left my coffee in the other room. Very disappointing. If the evil one here were here, she'd say, "You failed me again, star stuff." Or "You failed me again, Streambuck," or she never gets it right. It's always
Starscream.
It is. Yeah. It is Starscream. John Hudson says he loves Bill. John, we know all the fan mail and nude pictures you keep sending to Bill kind of tipped us off. But that Bill replies, says enough. In this we don't judge. Yeah. So far, you've been through Star Trek, most of Stargate. What else have you done? Let's see. A couple of movies.
Done practically all the Star Treks, not the movies yet.
Event Horizon. You did Event Horizon.
Yeah, with Event Horizon, Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one.
And now I'm into the 2 Stargates.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Do you
it
guys
so
know what
far?
you? I think so far. I mean, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a good bit.
Yeah. I want to ask if you don't mind me asking, what did you and your husband do before you found science fiction? Before you started watching shows every night? Did you watch different shows before?
Yeah, what had we? Actually, that's a good question. What had we been? Oh, we kind of watch a lot of random stuff. Like we'd watch like Black Mirror or You. I don't know if anybody here has watched You, the one where he's like a serial killer. He's like obsessed. He gets obsessed with a woman and like is so infatuated with her. He wants to protect her, but then eventually ends up killing her because he loves her. So it's just so creepy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really creepy. But good. But yeah, you'd like it probably. But yeah, we would watch things like that.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, at least we got you in some direction.
Yeah, now we have like actual like stuff to methodologic. Yeah,
methodically.
Thank you.
You know, you do. You've got other ones, wonderful ones like The Expanse. Really, of course, me and the evil one right now, we're going back through Deep Space Nine because we really enjoy. Matter of fact, it's on sale on Amazon because Deep Space Nine is one of those you just can't really watch everywhere. Your hubs may have had a hard time finding it and had to have gone to that place. But we actually went and bought it on Amazon. They had a deal going. It was $10 a season. So 10? We made a purchase. Just $10 a season. So we actually own it now. We watch it anytime we're going through it. And our next episode is one we're going to skip because we've seen them all. So now that we've seen them all, we're going to skip the shitty ones. And the first one we're going to skip is, pardon me, is son of a bitch. I can't think of the name of it right off. It's not If Wishes Were Horses. I think that's like my least favorite episode of Deep Space Nine, If Wishes Were Horses. Oh man, it's stupid that I can't remember this one because somebody in the chat. Deep Space Nine season 1. Let's go. Worst Star Trek episode. Here we go. Let's go here. It'll be in here. For sure.
Jason Dragons and Genesis said, I saw Event Horizon in theaters, thought it was going to see a suspense movie, had no idea it was a horror film. Wish I could experience it like that the first time.
Wow.
I bet.
Wow. That sounds like a train wreck. That was a fun one.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
The weirdo CKA Evan nailed it. Thank you. Said the episode is called Move Along Home. I detest that episode. I hate the episode. It's so unfortunate. It's actually Armin Shimmerman's least favorite episode of all. He's the one who plays Quark. Now, a lot of it's like a silly premise. It's just like some of them are in the first season. But at some point, Quark's character gets to this notion that if he doesn't make the right play, Cisco and these other people are going to die. And they have his character sit there and beg for way, way too long. Please, please, please. I feel like it's horrific. That's one of the worst episodes ever. That's just the pinnacle of the episode. The whole overlying story of it just sucks.
What was it?
Move Along Home.
Episode called again?
Move Along Home. Yeah, Move Along Home. So if you guys watch it again, just skip that one. If you watch it again, you'll be like, oh my God, this is a horrible episode. But it's a perfect level of camp for me. It's supposed to be silly. That's true. I didn't really have much of a problem with that. Matter of fact, I really enjoy many of the that's right. I enjoy the Ferengi episodes. Our next episode, I was wrong. It's not Move Along Home. It is Move Along Home. And then after that one is the Grand Nagus. The Grand Nagus is the first time we meet the leader of the Ferengi people, played by Wallace Shawn, the guy who played Inconceivable in The Princess Bride. And he does a fantastic job as a Ferengi. It's really good stuff. The worst Star Trek was Kirk felching Spock. John has a thing. He's not wrong. I feel like if you had to ask me, not counting the New Discovery series, because I have not seen the entire thing, I can't judge it. I can't tell if it's got one worse than. But the worst episode I feel is the last episode of the original series. The very last episode of the original series, a woman gets transferred into Kirk's body, and Kirk gets transferred into a woman's body, and we get to see the absolute shit misogyny, the way even the enlightened people of the 60s felt about how women think. Disgusting. So, Sean Wallace is just annoying in DS9, says Evans. Love him in Princess Bride, just a headache inducing as the Grand Nagus. Nah, he's fantastic. Don't listen to that. Let's see. Sean says he hates the Ferengi. So if you don't like the Ferengi episodes, you're not going to like Sean Wallace. Now, there is one Ferengi episode I do not like. And it's really, the episode is where they change Quark from a male to a female. And Quark becomes a transsexual person.
Oh, really?
I don't, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to those things. I just don't like why they did it, how they did it. They didn't do it for Quark. It wasn't about him. It was a stupid Star Trek thing. That was another one of my really don't like. That was I think the only Ferengi episode I didn't really like. But again, you either like the Ferengi or if you don't like the Ferengi, I encourage you to go into it, hopefully liking the Ferengi, because you'll enjoy their later episodes. It's got, what's his name? The rock and roll guy? Iggy Pop. If you're familiar with Iggy Pop.
I remember Iggy Pop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Iggy Pop actually plays a Dominion, somebody from the Dominion of Vorta in season 6 or season 7 of because like I mentioned in Deep Space Nine, Star Trek is Star Trek. They're all explorers, and what you've seen is they're all explorers. What happens when the people of Star Trek get pressed into war? And that's what you get to see in seasons 3 through season 7 of Deep Space Nine. They get pressed into a war by a species called the Dominion that you've never seen yet. And it really, well, I showed you the clip of the battle, one of the final battles where they've got 1,200 ships over. Actually, I think the line that just before you see that is like, how many ships do we have? And the guy says, I think like 1,200 and something. And somebody else is like, they outnumber us 4-1 or some shit. So it's a huge, and then you see the battle, you saw it. That's just badass. They do really good stuff with that. And then, of course, like I say, Worf, you get to see Worf from season 4 on, and you get to learn all about the Klingon society, and they do a really good job with that. The Klingon civilization, what's his name? The Chancellor Gowron, glory to you and your house. He's got these eyes, the Robert O'Reilly is the actor's name. He's got these eyes. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. The main Robert O'Reilly, who plays Gowron, he apparently was doing an audition and it wasn't working.
Yes, he does.
He's got those eyes. So it wasn't working. The audition wasn't working. It wasn't going right. And he was just being like, rah, 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 And then he said he turned around and did something and then he goes, rah. And that did it. Because he ends up playing a fantastic Klingon. He's a Klingon for the Next Generation all the way through the end of Deep Space Nine. He also there were some Star Trek video games that they released in the 90s and early 2000s, and he did characters for them. One of them's with these really dumb people. I can't remember their name. We're smart. They captured Geordi because he was smart. On the original series, The Next Generation, They captured Geordi. They were a poor species, but they weren't. So he's talking to them, and he's like, come on over to my ship and we'll talk about this. And they're like, no, we're smart. You're Klingon. It's not safe. No. He's like, no, I promise. You'll be safe. He's like, okay, we'll come. and it's really the Packlids. Yeah. Is it the Packlids? Is it the Pack? I think it may be the Packlids. The reason why I get confused is there's another species on Babylon 5, the Pactel. They're very similar name, very different species, but, the Zorka I used to think the Ferengi were an overdone character of capitalists. They were. The part of the thing with the Ferengi is an opinion of how the people in the 90s felt about capitalism. How it all looked like, well, we look at what it brought us. The actions of then got us to now where we've got billionaires going on to be trillionaires while we got people starving all over the place. But that was a lot of what they did with the Ferengi was a reflection. Talking like a bad side of humanity. And actually, as you go through the series, when it starts, women have no rights. They're supposed to stay at home naked. They can't make any profit. They can't do anything. This is the Ferengis. But Quark's mother actually, through her influence, changes all that. Mm-hmm. And even gets with the Grand Negus. And, she changes all of where women have almost equal right. By the end of the show. But it kind of shows how the Ferengi change throughout this, and they do a great job. They really do. I feel like they do. Now, if you watch the show, the first episode, you'll see Quark. He doesn't have his right nose. They didn't have the right nose for him. So he's got Rom's nose, one of the other actors' noses. The second episode, you'll see Rom. He speaks to Keiko about a school, and he talks in his normal voice, and he doesn't, but after that, he starts using his actual real voice, the actor who does it, and he's got this real fun persona, and he goes on to have he's actually one of the main heroes. Rom, Quark's brother is one of the main heroes that saves the Federation by his actions, sacrificing himself, which he didn't, but he was willing to, in the Dominion War. This little dude, you know, they do a great job with this shit.
Yeah.
And like I say, his son is the one I talk about being a little Steven kid who in the very first, you probably even saw him,
Yes.
Nog. By the end of the series, he's in Starfleet. He's the first Ferengi in Starfleet. He actually, the reason why he joined Starfleet is because he's ashamed of his father. And he doesn't want to be like his father. So he goes to Cisco and actually tries to bribe Cisco with gold-plated latinum, because that's how they do in their society. That's just how it works. So he keeps handing this silver or this gold-plated latinum to Cisco. Cisco's like, I can't take that. And he's like, okay, but will you put in a good word for me with you know, to help me get into the academy? Will you, you know, sign the thing? And he's like, I'll think about it. He's like, okay. And he shoves the gold-plated latinum to him again, and then Cisco pushes it back. That's really good stuff. That's one of those heartwarming things, because at the end of it, at that point, you don't know why he's doing it. All you know is that he wants to be a member of Star Trek or Starfleet, and you don't really know why. But later on in the show, he actually breaks down when pressed, and you find out that it's because he's ashamed of his dad, and he doesn't want to end up as a Ferengi in a bar working his life off and never becoming anything. It's really good.
That's a shame.
It is. The actor who plays Nog passed away.
Mm.
You know, the actor who played Odo passed away. Renee Auberjonois. Yeah, weird. Okay. Even Evan, that's cool. Evan says he loved Nog's character arc. Nog does wonderful. He, again, you know, he starts out as the little kid. In season 6, he goes into actual combat. We see him in combat, going through combat. He gets wounded in combat, and we get to see his rehabilitation afterwards. It's good shit. It's just good shit. Some depth.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why a lot of the reason why Stargate, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine is a lot of people's favorites, because although, you know, Voyager had an overall story, it was a good story. I really liked the, you know, 7 of 9, the Borg, getting home, all that. Deep Space Nine is different. You see the Federation pressed. Yeah,
Right.
good shit.
That's so
there's an
easy.
episode. There's an episode called "In the Pale Moonlight," and it's one of those where Cisco has to do something a captain, a Starfleet captain, would never ever do. He has to compromise all of his morals as a Starfleet captain to get something done. But it opens because he has to read off these names of all the people who've died, all the people they've lost. They've lost another, you know, this ship and this ship is gone. Every ship is 700 to 1,000 people, you know.
Jeez.
This ship has gone down and this ship has gone down. And that's what got him on that path. Great stuff. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back, guys, in just a second. What should we do? The first Wild Bill, Holy Halos. Do you guys want some Holy Halos? Those are long, but if you like them, you like them, and I'll give them to you. Holy Halos you want. Who wants a Halo? Or we could do the Pharaoh's Curse if you want the Pharaoh's Curse. I ain't scared. Goat scented flesh candles. It's been a day or two since you've had that. I think my chat is a little bit behind. There we go. 12 Monkeys is good. I enjoy 12 Monkeys. It's an interesting story. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and run. Let's just do the Pharaoh's Curse. Somebody said Pharaoh's Curse. We'll be back, guys, in just a minute.
Burrito es tan bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco bueno, bueno, it stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister, now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's Curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's Curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs.
Here we are. Weirdo C.K. Evans says, I'm currently listening to the audiobook of A Stitch in Time, which is a Star Trek novel about Garak, both written and narrated by Andrew Robinson. Miss Ryan?
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. Did you ever get to the part where you met Garak? It's probably episode 2 or 3 in Deep Space Nine, so you probably did meet him. He was a oh, maybe we haven't seen him.
Garak?
Oh no, they robbed us of that episode. Garak, yeah. He's a Cardassian, and he meets the Doctor in like the second episode, and they have a relationship throughout the rest of the show. And Garak is fantastic. He's one of my favorite characters. They almost would have had a gay relationship between Dr. Bashir and Garak. If you watch the first episode, Garak's like flirting with him, and the Doctor does not know how to handle it. Played very well by the actor Andrew Robinson, who played the psychopath in the movie Dirty Harry. Do you feel lucky, punk? That bad guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
They left me apple pie, so I was telling her I had to eat the apple pie.
So they got rid of that episode, you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I bought it on Amazon, and for some reason, episode 1 and 2 are put together as one because it was a movie, right? So, but the Amazon system sees episode 1 and 2. So it actually obscured the real episode 2. And we watched it this other day. We didn't get to see that episode. That's kind of what I'm saying. So we didn't get to see Garak's first meeting with me and the wife. Have to go watch that one. That's very good because Garak meets him at they think he's a spy. Oh, and that's another thing. Garak, I'm going to tell you this is fantastic. Garak is a spy for Cardassia. You're not going to remember it, so it doesn't matter. Well, it's obvious, right? It's obvious. They get to a point to where the Klingons, their own, the Federation, the Klingons' own allies are going to attack Cardassia without real actual cause. But the Federation can't say anything because they're their allies. They cannot say anything. The Klingons, that would be absolute betrayal of the Klingons. So Cisco and his top group in the like Jadzia Dax and all those other people and Worf at this point are all having this meeting. And Cisco calls Garak because Garak is a tailor. He calls him up and says, I need to be measured for a new suit. He says, I just measured you. He's like, you know what? Just come up and measure me. So Garak goes up there and starts measuring him. And while he's measuring him, they continue talking about the battle that's about to happen, informing him of what's happening so he can go inform his people. It's good shit.
Yeah. Cool.
Love that stuff. Robinson apparently really wanted him to be gay. Yeah, but it was fun. It would have been, I got to say, if you watch the show, O'Brien, the Chief O'Brien and the Doctor, they have a, I don't want to say homoerotic relationship, but it's almost homoerotic relationship. There's this, at one point even, O'Brien is kind of going, you know, I love Keiko, but, you know, like you, and he was trying to figure out a way to say to the doctor that he, yeah, it's weird. It's good stuff. You have to watch it. It's the Obsidian Order is the name of the Cardassians' secret CIA police, kind of whatever. Yep, that's a lot of fun. Garrick was the best part of Deep Space Nine, in my opinion, says Secular Fetalist. There's an actor, I don't remember his name, who played the head of the, Anabran Tain was the name of the character, the head of the Obsidian Order. And he does a really good job. In one episode, Garrick is sick and they need something. So the doctor goes into Cardassian space to get what he needs. This guy knows that he needs, because he's the leader of the Cardassian secret police. He knows fucking everything. So he catches the doctor, and in their conversation where he tells the doctor where he gets what he needs, he uses the word obfuscate. And I'd never heard that word before. I actually stopped and went, and I was a kid, I was young, you know, it was 90s. I actually went, and I remember distinctly, that's where I learned what that word, because he's talking about Garrick, and Garrick can dissemble and lie, and you know, you never really know what Garrick is, you know, and that's why they were talking about it. It's good stuff.
Cool.
You know, I just feel like if you get the chance, you won't regret it, you know, if you can get through it. Some people cannot.
I think we're going to go back to it.
Yeah. You know, you guys made it through Discovery, and Discovery, and I don't even have an issue with the woke thing. Discovery was a hard watch. There's a lot of moments where they're just sitting there talking to each other. You even talked about it yourself, how hard it was to get through, and how everything was about Michael Burnham, and it was just so crazy. You guys made it through this. You're going to love Deep Space Nine. I mean, they don't have a ship, but in the end, but in season 3, they get their own ship.
Yeah.
So they do get a ship, and all the things like the things that people didn't like. If people didn't like it because it wasn't on a ship, well, they actually kind of fix that. It's on a ship. They have it. Actually, at one point, they lose Deep Space Nine. They no longer have it. They lose it to the Dominion. So, you know, it actually becomes on a ship. And then the wormhole aliens, a lot of people didn't like that there was a religious aspect to the beginning, but our heroes in our show actually go on to realize that they're just aliens. They live in a wormhole. Their idea of time is different, so they have advantages. They see things from, you know, but that's it. They're not gods. They like the Bajorans. They don't even think about the whole universe. They just like the Bajorans. So they get over that. If they don't like it because of the religion aspect, don't worry. They'll get through that. If you don't like it, and I'm not talking to you necessarily, I'm talking about anybody. If they don't like it because the captain is black, they can just fuck right off. I don't give a shit for that stuff.
Suck it.
That was one of the things that I thought was cool. The first black captain, I thought was cool.
For sure.
But he's not the first black captain on the show. We saw that in the original series. The first woman captain was also, I think, a woman admiral.
Yeah.
Was on the original series?
I don't.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember.
Yeah, I do eventually want to watch that as well.
Yeah. Well, there's some things like in this, they're talking about, I really like the exploration of religion, especially with their gods are actually real and demonstrable. They're just not magical, supernatural. And that was a good one. They did a really good job with that. They have these called paw wraiths that are essentially demons. They're just bad spirits. And they're not spirits or demons. They're aliens that live in a wormhole. That's
right.
Where they grew up. And then to us, they appear. They do a really good job with it. There's an episode, because Kira is, you wouldn't know it, Kira, the redhead at the beginning, she's really religious, very much into the prophets. And at some point, the prophets actually choose her to go into battle for them against the Paul race. It's good shit. Very good shit. It's very good stuff.
I liked her character.
Yeah. If you watch it again, make note of her hair in the first episode. If you rewatch it, because it's horrible. It looks like Dolly Madison kind of comes down. It's all, she personally is responsible for it being different throughout the rest of the show. It looks, she has like, great hair.
Can I fix it?
Oh yeah. It was horrible in the first episode. Yeah, just that first episode though, the actress was not having that. She's a Broadway actress. She's a very serious Broadway actress. I think she was going back and forth between Broadway and doing some of her Star Trek stuff, but also like 2 months, I think it was 2 months before Deep Space Nine filmed its opener, she had a child. She just had a baby.
Oh, wow.
She marries the guy who plays Dr. Bashir in real life, and they have a child. So the doctor and the first officer of that show actually have a child together. They got married, had a child together. I think they even divorced before the show was over. I could be wrong about that part, but yeah, they did.
You know, easy coming. So,
easy coming, yeah. So that's kind of the thing. I think there's a lot to it. If you get around to it, I think you'll enjoy it. And of course, Farscape. Farscape is good. You'll like Farscape and the Expanse. We're going to have a lot to talk about after the Expanse because it's fun.
Yeah.
But really, if you go through Deep Space Nine, we're going to have a lot because that's my favorites of all the shows. It's just, again, you get to go through all that stuff. I'm going to, I think I'm going to go do things. I'm going to finish my pie. Well, so do you have any big plans for the weekend, Ms. Ryan?
No. If I have time to film a video, that's what I would like to do since I have not in a while, but that's
gotcha.
And sit on my ass for maybe a little bit.
Because you got that moving to do today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it still wet and yucky?
No, it's not bad. It's just windy, but thank goodness at least it's not wet and yucky. Yeah. So that's okay. I'll take it.
Is it cold up there where you are? It's 35 here.
Man, it's in the 30s, so it's
really. I always expect it to be so much colder up there than we have it down. Because you're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, you think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in New Mexico. You'd think it'd be stupid cold. Anyway, I'm going to read. We didn't know. No need for that. You guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Ryan, thank you for joining me again. I really
don't buy anything today.
Yes, don't buy. Oh, okay, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything.
Fuck it.
Yes. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Send safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat